special meeting, and then a regular town board meeting at 6:30. Okay, that fits you? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right.
Technically, I can stay if you need me to, otherwise I'm going to
I don't
hightail it out of here.
Go take care of your wife.
No, I don't see anything else that we can do
Okay. On, plan commission variance, it's like two of them are variances. Just make sure your motion includes adopting the findings of the plan commission.
I see the.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, now we're back to our regular schedule.
I just want the board to be advised that we lost Wi-Fi on the feed, and I'm on try number 3 to get it to reconnect. I've been notified by someone that it was lost and I had redone it, so just so everybody knows, right now we're not streaming. So if you hear anything,
You can use my feed, it'll be up.
Okay, all right, so we're back to reporting. My report is brief. My activity report, we had the tri-trust meeting, 11/19. Talked about the ETASD Merger Innovation Plan Grant, put together by the fire department, fire division. And that was due, it is due, the last day of this month, probably month 18, and they have that, covered actually by the innovation grant. Compost intergovernmental agreement, we're gonna be discussing that later on. We're still getting our, state representatives, in line, as well as the Wisconsin Counties Association for the library funding issue, where we have to change the library statute. The village restrained signed the, state municipal agreement for the trail, that's for planning. And we had a brief update from the fire chiefs. I had a meeting scheduled for the Towns Association Walworth County unit on the 5th, got canceled. Apparently a Patrick overrode people coming to that meeting. We were gonna speak about Wisconsin Incident Management Team, and we believe Barb should be scheduled that for our March Town Association meeting. And I'm still developing a short list for Beach Road Bridge Consultants. There's 107 approved firms that do work for the state of Wisconsin Department of Transportation. 60 of them, for most of us, do planning and studies as well as design services. And of those, 50 of them do bridges. I know most of them. I don't have a shorter list of that yet, but at the next meeting, I will notify the board. And then normal regular stuff that we do. So that's all I got. Barb, you have anything on your report you want to highlight or go into the packet?
no, everything's in the packet.
Good. All right, the IT report, that is also in the packet. 40 subscribers, 69 or 70 live streams, 10 new followers on Facebook. And that was the report from GA. All right, Public Works, Mr. Shield, you still got time for that?
Been in the works with the Village of East Drive, County charging us for use of our compost site. It's been brought up even at the county level, they've been reaching out for a major storm incident, place for leaving brush and all that, but that's just, it's all been just information so far on that. On an actual agreement with the village of East Troy and the town of Troy to be able to bring brush and yard waste out by us. I had written up just, cause we've never had anything in place, no rules, no standards, no, nothing involved, and just kinda status quo for as long as I've been here and probably way before that. So I put together a little list of what I thought over the years has been a standard operating, because these procedures out there, Jason from the village has reviewed it, Nick from the town of Troy has reviewed it. As far as, I don't think their board has seen the list or anything like that yet. The village had sent out to me and to Nick, like a pre-draft of what, the kindergarten agreement should look like, so it's gonna be something that you guys will have to look over, Karen will have to look over.
Okay, so we all have the same information, with she and that one pager. Looks good to me, and the only trade-off that's a very, substantial amount is the town of Troy doesn't have, well, they have fewer DPW guys. So, they, like, not covering, they would cover days that we'd be open anyway, so the trade-off is they'll, partake in a three-way split of the tub grinder when we get the big massive pile and.
Yeah, at the end of the year, and knowing town of Troy, how rural that is, how many residents are actually gonna bring stuff from way out there to way over here, probably not gonna happen. I can see maybe a little town of Troy, somebody in there bringing leaves and grass maybe throughout the summer, but it's more gonna be for storm events or trees that go down. It'll aid in their DPW, village is doing it already, so just now trying to get some standard procedures in place, rules and regulations, and an actual agreement between all of them.
The original agreement that, came out, they referenced an appendix A and B or something, is that gone? Nothing?
I never got anything attached to it.
I don't think it existed.
No, and I'm sure once everybody reads through it, and Jim reads through it, things can get changed and struck and.
Okay, so what would happen is these rules would get incorporated into an intergovernmental agreement, and then probably at our next, Troy full board meetings, we could probably act at that time, you know, in unison, or the individual boards could approve the final version. But Jim won't, be able to review it until we incorporate this into that, so that's gonna be in January sometime anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's closed for the season now, so there's not a big
Yeah.
rush on this. It usually doesn't open till April anyway, so. But it's they get the ball rolling, we get it done, so.
Did anybody have any issues what was, presented in the packet about, rules?
No, I thought it was pretty thorough.
Pretty straightforward.
Just to clarify, the Fridays, it's not open Fridays for people until August.
Just September to December. That's more just leaf season, cause right now the village, all their leaves they take down by the sewer plant, and they actually double duty now, then they gotta haul them all off the compost site. This would be residents bring them out there, so it's gonna save them money also.
I think there's room for everybody. So,
And last year, we had between us and the village, the tub grinder was there for just shy of 5 hours, but they ran all the compost through, all the brush through, and it cost us $1,500. It cost more to have us go out there and shoot it every time.
I think that's why I would like that, machine. How many horsepower was that?
That's $900.
900 horsepower.
Yeah, this is the second year he's had it, he paid a little over $1 million for it.
In and out. Well,
Now we're entering remotely, he sits in his truck and.
nice. So everybody's okay with it then, that should be incorporated, let them know to fit this in
Okay.
and get a draft to everybody, all three boards. And then probably authorize Jim to look at it.
Okay.
All right, anything else on your list? I see you're ready to go.
Got a plow on the auction site, that's a pretty big one.
Yeah, that closed last week. I actually talked to Wisconsin Surplus today, cause they had till actually tomorrow to come and they came and come and get it. I haven't heard anything.
Maybe a winning bid.
Yeah, the winning bid, it was actually going to Canada. So I don't know.
So
made it liquid?
It's been sitting inside, so not weathered at all. I've been here just a little over 25 years, and I think I've only used it 4 times in 25 years. Now the plows that we have that big discharge, so it's kind of needed. So it would just basically take up the space, so
What's the diesel that they did on?
$110.
Oh. You get more recycling for it.
Nope,
No?
checked. That's about all you get. Then us have to take it all around. Huh?
Yeah.
It's only a little over 2,000 pounds, so it doesn't weigh much. But I was.
Just
it was
looks
going-
big.
Yeah, it just looks big. It was actually going to a municipality in Canada. Wisconsin surplus, they were calling and left messages, but they gave me till 4:30 today to come up with something. I haven't heard it hopefully.
Right.
Hopefully,
Will
otherwise,
railroad recycle then?
no, I'll relist it one more time. Otherwise,
Somebody might break one in the next 2 months, so they.
yeah. Yeah, I even checked with where our new plows get made out in Monroe and all that, they don't even know. So, it's kind of an obsolete piece of equipment.
Alright, thank you very much. Alright, police report, Chief Wacky.
November seemed to be the slowest month of the year, with only 692 calls. The next lowest month was actually October. So calls for service are going down a little bit. However, still ended up with 9565 calls for service for the year, still averaging just over a call an hour while you guys are on duty. Citations and ordinance tickets, total of 716 have been written for the year. And unofficially, I was told, we met our budgetary goal as far as the court is concerned, so I don't know what the official numbers are, but. I haven't figured that out yet. Like I said, unofficial, I was told, we met the budgetary goal, set at $100,000, so.
Any questions for the chief? Right.
One more thing, we did finally get, our check after, much rigmarole with, We Energies on the grant that I talked about. I'm not sure where they kept sending it to, but it was not us. But we finally got the check, and we also got our full reimbursement, from the RNC, from having Officer Medina work in Milwaukee. They finally got us our check, so those have all been taken care of. Very good.
Thank you.
Yep.
Alright, East Detroit Area Emergency Services Report. Manager.
I do have everything in the packet. As I said last month, we have a change in medical direction. We now have 3 paramedics who completed training and are on every shift. So we've increased our level of service. There's no updates on the mini pumper or the ambulance or ladder truck. Those are coming in 2025 at last report. They're being built out. A big thanks to the Friends of the East Wright Fire Department for purchasing new workout equipment, hand tools, and the 5-gas meter. We have, recruits that are graduating. 2 of our cadets will finish, basic EMT, and one of the cadets will finish, firefighter 1. And so they'll swap, and the firefighter 1 will go to EMT, and the EMTs will probably go to firefighter 1. That's all I have.
Alright, thank you very much. Question, Barb?
Yep.
What are the efforts that are being made to sell the engine? Are they doing Wisconsin
trustees, so I don't know if it's going to Wisconsin surplus or if outside, bids have been put in.
So like a closed bid or something, closed
Yeah,
envelope bid or
If
something?
somebody notified the chief that they were interested, it would be presented to the board of trustees and we would approve.
Okay.
So, as soon as we can unload it, I know that Chief Figaro wants it off the parking lot.
Right, thank you. Quarterly reports, was I great?
The last meeting was in November, and the next meeting is in January, so I don't think we're good there.
You, was late?
So, because we had that special planning commission meeting, I missed the minutes from the last one, they arrived in my email this morning at 1:11 a.m. So I'll forward, I forgot to forward that to you, meeting, but we, negotiated the contract in November for the, caretakers. Within our estimated budget.
We're doing a good job with
We're doing a fantastic job, yeah. They made a lot of improvements, they put in a lot of time. And, they don't get paid a lot, basically, the property is in the neighborhood right there, living there, yeah.
Alright, very good. Lakeview and District Report, Mr. Thomas, anything?
We have the current recommendations, but, our next meeting is tomorrow at, 5:30 here at Town Hall.
Okay, thank you. And John, you hired, John, what-
He stepped in, he had no report.
no report for recycling or that.
Correct.
Alright, planning commission report. Before we go on.
Planning Commission met December 4th, 2024. There was 4 items and 3 of them were, action was taken on. The first one being a setback variance, total accessory structure allowance variance request. The Gasnick family is requesting a setback variance to replace their existing garage with a larger one to provide them with enough storage to eliminate 2 current sheds in the yard. They believe that this update will increase their home value as well as that of their neighbors. This passed unanimously with the planning commission. So I would like to make a motion to accept the planning commission's recommendation and approve the road right-of-way rear lot line setback and accessory structure allowance variances for PMR 00102E N9110 Ash Street. Dennis and Lori Gazak.
I'll second it.
For the reasons referenced.
Please finish. Please finish, for the reasons, please state that.
And mention,
Yes,
To adopt the findings of the planning commission.
For the reasons referenced.
For the reasons referenced in the resolution.
Okay, good, second. Second. Mr. Williams, second. Discussion? Hearing none, all fair say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Wakerum.
The second one, Norman Sass is requesting a setback variance to update their existing deck area into a screened-in porch. Sass is asking to build, the screen porch on the existing deck, footprint, but to add a roof and a screen. It appears that the existing deck was built in the past within the setback area and will require a variance to be altered or updated. This passed unanimously with the planning commission. So I'd like to make a motion to accept the planning commission's recommendation and approve a setback variance for the applicant for reasons referenced in the resolution for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none, all fair say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carried.
Third one, Brian Zanzig, applicant is requesting a conditional use amendment to add to the cellular tower located on their property and are within the zoning limit for height. The county stated that they do not need to weigh in on this request as the town has a cellular tower ordinance. This passed unanimously with the planning commission. So
Second,
Bart second.
Michelle.
Michelle second. Discussion?
Yeah, so does this Brian he's the agent for Verizon
Yes,
and he lives there?
he's representing, the
So the property's not owned by him, he's just representing.
He's just representing them, yes. So there's a tower there right now, from my understanding, and he just wants to add 25 feet to it, going up. He already checked with the FFA and like, because it's off like ES, FFA. Sorry, I misspoke there, but yeah, he did his due diligence and he presented it well to us, so it was pretty easy, yes.
Yeah, the FAA would be for the airport, lighting, et cetera, as far as, modifying an existing, tower. The FCC basically doesn't allow us to even object to it. The airport did, that would be a reason, or something really weird happened.
I just noticed when I watched the planning commission that there seemed to be a lot of Verizon people.
Better coverage around here.
Okay,
I think that's better than what we got.
we have a motion in a second, any more discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None, motion carries. Yep, there you go. All right, we ready to hit 9? Now we're going to take discussion and action regarding the final ARPA appropriations. The deadline for appropriating the remaining fees of ARPA the end of this month. And there's been, you get the Town Association newsletter, you'll see that there was a lot of discussion on, that as far as the obligation deadline, what is obligated to. And we can't just make a motion or even do a resolution and say, that's where we want it to go. It has to be assigned, Similar, if you look at the spreadsheet, the official map, we signed that, approved it, and they got it back, so there's an existing contract there. There was one thing that, Kim was still doing with the email conversion of .gov, that still question, I believe.
Yeah, I haven't received it.
You were hired.
And it was for the website.
It was on the website. So we have approximately of the 424,000, 10,000 left, okay? We set aside 25,000 for beach road repairs, even though that's 100% federal money. There are non-participating costs. Some of those non-participating costs include utilities, and in this case, the electric railroad, there are lines that are attached to the bridge. There's gonna be some work in there that may not be covered. So my recommendation would be to add that remaining 10,000 to the 25,000, so we're covered forever. 5 years from now, we have a new bridge and everything's 100% funded. So that would be my recommendation, to allocate the remaining 10,000 to beach road bridge repairs. Actually, now we can say repair/replacement, because we do have, an approved agreement to replace it.
But what contract would we be able to sign for the 35,000?
The state municipal agreement calls out 85,000, of which we discussed before, is we're not getting anywhere near that, because we're not gonna change the rate account to kind of ES. That's where most of the non-participating costs came, because the approaches exceeded 300 feet. That's all the Fed will pay for. So the agreement that covers this is the state municipal agreement that we signed, and the state signed, that says we have an obligation for any non-participating costs. So that is the signed agreement.
And what if our non-participating costs, and we end up at 15?
How much?
If it's under the 30, if
Oh,
it's under the
if it's
35,000,
If it's under,
then we lose the ARPA money, right?
possibly, but I don't think it will be. Because remember, the agreement we signed with the East Troy Railroad Museum is any costs that come up between now and that being a new bridge, we split evenly, 50-50. So, splitting any cost between now and then
Right,
with them, right? So that would be,
that means 70,000.
that would be 35.7. But, again, appropriation is just that, you have to obligate it, and we have the, questions on that. I mean, unless somebody comes up with a contract.
What would be another option?
Right, another expenses.
I mean, I agree with you. At least we put it somewhere. It's gotta go somewhere,
Yeah.
right?
Well, but,
At the end of the month.
well, yes, the first report you had, is that March, February, when you get the report? By April, it's reported. So,
So it's be obligated by the end of this month, reported by April,
yes, yes.
with a signed contract of some sort.
Yeah, they'll probably,
That's kind of what I.
we don't know what they're gonna request for backup, but everything else, and I see it on your spreadsheet, all the highlight stuff, we have invoices and contracts and whatever. For this one, we'll have the state municipal agreement. The official map, we have invoices, the police garage for the one that's really paid for too.
Everything's been paid for except for the Beach Road Bridge. The last thing for the email or the deck for the
Does
website.
the
and
SME give us a little flexibility?
I mean, is that,
What's their call on what is and what isn't, but as far as flexibility goes, you know, they committed basically to give us a free bridge. Right, right? You're not participating, that in some cases, there's still gonna be some calls in there, but utilities are never
What
paid
I'm,
for by federal government.
I guess what I'm asking is what Michelle was asking is if we don't hit that $35,000 mark, do we have flexibility to keep, to use?
To reallocate those
I think those questions are gonna be coming up from a whole pile of people in the state, okay? Because, there was a way to even do fire equipment on here, but that was like the most convoluted problem that you could, the only way to go there, okay? But as far as it could be used for other infrastructure, that's gonna be a question that somebody's gonna ask anyway, because, even though this has been going on for, what is it, 3 years? 3 years?
4, right, COVID?
Well, the first time,
We're almost in 2020.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so COVID time, it was part of the reaction to COVID, so it's probably 6 to 12 months after. So, but anyway, that's my recommendation, that's the perfect place for it, it's gonna be used there and needed, everything else has been done, I think we made great use of it. Everybody got a piece of it, you know, every municipality, every county, every city, you know, so, but I think it was, so that's my recommendation.
Is there anything else you need or?
Would you
Better
have-
Wi-Fi.
Well, the number that you didn't get, it's not a huge number.
I don't use.
So there is a little bit of, and we got that in the month, so we can say, here's the amount.
The balance, yeah.
So the 10,000 could go down there around.
So we have a motion.
So
The
we
website,
still have the website conversion to Excel.
Yeah, it does.
So that's not the 6,000?
That was for the email.
Okay. Oh, so we don't have a number at
we
all?
don't have, we're waiting for the vote.
I'm waiting for a bill from Taylor.
So yes, we do need a-
Services.
yes, we
You
do need a
guys
mo-
really have to beg people to pay.
Okay, we need a motion to approve that appropriation of that final amount of ARPA to the Beach Road Bridge.
I'll make a motion that we allocate the final $10,186.51 from the ARPA funds towards the, Beach Road Bridge project,
Minus the DACA.
minus what we need to spend for the DACA conversion.
All right, give it a second.
I will second that.
Second discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.